Yeah, I think it's being pushed too much. And not being, it's trying to be,
lot of edge
I think we tried to make it as low as a principal, and it wants to be a block flute. So it will have to be eased off a bit, which will make it that type of thing is not too bad, but you start, I think it's too aggressive. As unfortunately, I think this is. The 2-foot really starts being dominant here. So what I'm wondering is that we just take this, smooth it out, increase it a little bit down in here if we can, even it out over this range, and then take the 2-foot from here up and taper it off to be well, and even it out, for heaven's sake.
Yes.
This business of
that seems to be the intention of designing it that way. So that exactly could be done.
Well, it sounds like it may have been intended to taper down from here going up, but again, it's so uneven, it's hard to tell. So, and hopefully this is just stuff that's been diddled with over the years and gotten off from its original idea. This roar flute seems to open up right in here, to me anyway, but taper down a little bit.
Yeah.
But it sounds like we're getting overly aggressive in the treble on just about everything. And then this thing is just plain too big to be too loud, and it needs to be a little bit flutier. So take the languid down just a hair to get it back to the flute setting. And maybe we'll get some of that buzz out of it, and then it'll be
so way too much edge tone.
Now, it is a small scale cobble,
wispy harmonic there.
But there is nothing huge scale in this organ, so it should have been just fine. So, and again, get a little loud in here. Yeah, I think, again, of course, I was working with my son Jeff rather than an organist. And, now, the Gems horn is amazingly narrow scale in there, and I think it has skived lips, so it's going to always be buzzy. But compared to this,
it's very bright. That Celeste was probably intended to work also with the flute, perhaps.
Well,
how does it work with the Gedeck? Yeah.
But what I'm thinking is if we can keep it rounders and bring it up, because I think this set was actually a Dulciana from the old instrument. If that's the case, then we may bring it up just a little bit. It'll work better with the flute. And it'll be a little, it may do something to take the edge. I mean, this is...
So snarly.
Yes,
that nasal that it's unfortunate. Heart attack.
Yeah.
So I think with every set,
And that thing voiced as a principal would seem to would work nicely on the grate, I would think, and then we could.
But unfortunately, our problem out here was we got everything in there we could possibly cram in there, to the point where it's difficult to pick the pipes out. Unfortunate. The only set that is really spaced the way you'd expect the set normally to be spaced is the mixture, because it had to have channels and all this stuff. So it actually is the one that does the best for I think what happened here is the sets were just voiced evenly throughout the set, out the thing. They didn't taper off when they were going to drop out. So you
can really hear that break.
Well, and the breaks come in too loud. I mean, the lower pitches come in too loud. They don't taper at the end. So I think it. Yeah. And it's such a shock. Again, I think it's
how does it work with the flute?
I find it a little bit too snarly. Of course, the flute isn't. No, so it is definitely. I would like it to be the crown effect, but we worked at trying to. Of course, it was 5 ranks at St. Paul's, for heaven's sakes. Good Lord, who wants a 5-rank mixture?
In the swell, it's a 5-rank mixture. It's a 4 in the grade.
4 in the grade. Okay.
A 3 in the choir.
Yeah, and they're both joyous. They're all joyous to tune.
Yes, they are.
Especially, well, the choir one because it is so incredibly high pitched. The great one because no matter what you do, you're right there. I mean, so you're trying to tune it and you're shading it at the same time. So we're going to have to at some point adjust the chimes to regulate that. They are the most miserable.
Cowbells, as Kurt used to call them.
This is soft setting. The shades are open. Maybe I better turn it to 2 so we can hear.
Oh. And you got some false beats out of that one.
Soft, super soft.
I'd take a look at the strikers.
You
rubber
better believe
beginning
it.
thin.
So
that lovely metal on metal.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think that turn it up loud and they're all just obnoxious. So, except this is still very soft. See the first 3 and then.
Times of doom.
Ooh.